In the previous video, I showed you how to create the first week of your 6-month training strategy. In this video, we'll look at how to build the rest of the weeks across the 26-week period. Even though it only took less than 10 minutes to create week 1, now that we have it in place, the process for the following weeks becomes even faster. To start making week 2, we come to the microcycle type cell, in the same row where we turn the first week on. In StratFit Digital, a microcycle is equal to a week in terms of time. A microcycle is a sequence of training days that are grouped together to reach a particular training objective, always ending in a rest day. With week 1 as our base, we now make a microcycle type progression across the weeks. The types of microcycles in StratFit Digital are 1. Shock. A shock microcycle has approximately 1.5 times the loading of the previous cycle. The purpose is to shock the athlete's organism so that a performance gain will manifest in the future, usually 2 to 4 weeks after the shock. Number 2. Accumulation. An accumulation microcycle has significantly greater loading than the previous cycle to drive further adaptation in the athlete, but the loading is not as severe as a shock. Number 3. Stabilization. A stabilization microcycle has approximately equal loading to the previous cycle. The purpose is to maintain the current level of adaptation for a certain amount of time. Number 4. Realization. A realization microcycle has significantly less loading than the previous cycle to facilitate recovery from fatigue. The purpose is to manifest a significant improvement in performance from the building adaptation from the previous cycles. A realization cycle is not a full deload. Number 5. The last type is a deload. A deload microcycle has approximately 60% of the loading of the previous cycle. The purpose is to allow for full recovery from fatigue to begin a new mesocycle. A mesocycle is a group of microcycles that are structured to achieve a larger training objective. When you choose a microcycle type, the system will set a loading progression range appropriate for that type. I will choose accumulation now. The on option allows you to choose a load manually. Notice the default progression in the load from week 1. It has risen from 50% to 63%. The system automatically creates loads for each training day based on the total load of the week and the ratio of each day to the week from week 1. This way the character of the week is carried across time. You can customize each day of each week if you like. After the loads of the week and days are set, we use the hyperlink at the top to jump back to our activities. The system carries the events over from the previous week. You can change the events if you want to employ the conjugate method across time. I want to create an intensity progression as well as a loading progression, so I will choose 5% in the progression cell. This will increase the intensity of all the activities from week 1 by 5%. You can customize this for each day or each activity if you like. The ratio of each event's load to the whole day is carried over from the previous week. We can just look over the sets and the balance of each day to see if we need to tweak anything. Right now everything's balanced, but I don't really want to do 6 sets on deadlift, so I'm going to increase the power snatch to 9 and decrease my deadlift slightly to 5. Now I have a little bit of a positive balance here, 1%, so I'm going to go ahead and increase the power snatch sets a little bit more. I'm going to bring it up to 10. Still a little bit of balance left. Let's bring the power clean Olympic press to 10 as well. Still a bit left. There we go, books are balanced for day 1. Whoops, that actually put me into a little bit of a negative balance. Let's turn that down. Yep, actually now we're at 0. So we'll move on to day number 3. We have 7 sets on the bench press. That's a little bit more than I want. So I'm going to turn up the split snatch to 10. Turn the clean and jerk, split clean and jerk to 8. Turn the bench press down to 5. And now we have a little bit of a positive balance. So I'm going to actually turn the split clean and jerk to 9. Now we're at 0 with 5 and 5 on the bench press and the strict curl, 10 and 9 on the split snatch and split clean and jerk. Let's move on to day number 5. Here we have 3 sets of 6, and we have a little bit of a positive balance here. So let's actually turn the classic snatch up to 7. Let's turn the classic clean and jerk up to 7. And the books are balanced for day number 5. Let's move on. Now we have a bit of a negative balance on this day. So I will turn the upright row down to 3 sets. And let's see where we're at. Yep, now the books are balanced for the day and the week. Now we can actually use our hyperlink up here to jump back to the weeks and days sheet. And let's look at our loading and intensity graph. Now we can see that the loading intensity progression together, and we can see the abilities progression on the pie charts as well. Creating every training week across the rest of the 6-month strategy is this simple. In a matter of minutes, you can create rigorous, effective training strategies for your clients, athletes, and yourself. In the following video, I will show you how to tailor the strategy for a specific person. Join us now and let's go.